I scan around here before everybody leaves and just show you all
Yes.
the little lawn decorations that we did for them?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's check it out. So we're here today. It's August 7th, and Brando Lee, who's the host of this Boknal Protest, I think it's the third one this year. And look at all these beautiful activists with their posters, and they're chanted in front of the Chancery Annex of the Korean Embassy. This is in Arlington, Virginia. So
Yes.
amazing showing. I mean, I think you have more activists today than you had last time.
Yeah. I mean, it just depends on, everybody's work schedules and,
That's it. And you chose to make the event private this time around because normally what happens when, people are aware that you're hosting a protest, you told me they take down the flag, the Korean flag, and obviously, you have the police present because they know you're coming, right? So, hey, Big Bruno. This is Big Bruno, who's always very loyal, activist, always there at every protest. So we appreciate
12
you.
years. I'm the
Hey,
first
how did
person.
it go today?
I gotta go. I gotta run. Tomorrow I'm transporting 9 puppies to safety, so I gotta get ready, prepared
Oh
right
my
now.
God, always on a mission. We love you. Thank you so much for everything you do for animals. You're amazing.
You're welcome.
All right.
We do it for the animals, but here's Brandon. I'm sure he has a whole lot to say there.
Of course.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Do you see Kaylee before she leaves? Is Kaylee Fox around?
Here. I'll say right here.
I want to say
Here's
hello to
Kaylee.
her. She was so nice. Hey, Kaylee. I'm the one who messaged you about taking video.
Okay, nice to meet you.
How did it go today?
It was really good. Yeah, we were super loud, and I think we made some noise.
Yeah,
It
there's
was good.
a good showing today. I feel like more than last time even. So even though this event was private and not public, it seems like more people showed up. So that's awesome.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you managed,
definitely.
and did you manage to take video for us?
Yeah, I took some videos. I took some pictures. I know a lot of people here were taking
Yes.
pictures and videos. So yeah.
All right, we're gonna put it all together in one single video and share it with everyone. So it's gonna be
Yeah, that
awesome.
sounds good. All right,
Thank you
cool.
so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
Kaylee's one of the activists that's just been trying to get to one of these protests, but it's hard to get people out on Fridays. It's a work day, so
Yes, and not just that. Let's talk about the fact that how hard is it to host such a protest during a pandemic? Because a lot of people can't travel, like me. I'm in Montreal. I can't go anywhere. Certainly not across the borders. But have you seen a great reduction in attendees because of the pandemic? Or
yes, there's some that says that they're still not, comfortable coming out in crowds and in public, even though at all the protests that we do, we require, masks to be worn, and we
exactly.
all social distance, and I bring extra PPE, I bring gloves, hand sanitizers, I bring extra masks and stuff like that. So,
I
I mean, it
know.
has hard. We actually, when we started Yulin in June, I had to cancel the first protest because DC was still under lockdown.
Oh, that's
So I had to
right. For
first
Yulin, right? For Yulin?
Yulin, and then the second one, I had to cancel for the civil unrest after the George Floyd tragedy.
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh,
That created a lot of commotion uh,
yeah,
with city barriers and all that. And this is your
yeah. So we actually didn't get to do all 4 Fridays in June, but we got the last 2 in, and they were really successful.
yes. I remember we did show I think your last Yulin protest in June, and this is your. How many protests have you done this year?
What's that?
How many protests have you done at this point in 2020? You've done quite a few.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
You
the
don't know,
exact.
you lost track, but I think this
Yeah,
is your
I mean,
third protest on
it's hard.
Boknal, right?
Yes, yeah. This is number 3, and then the finale will be next Friday, which is also going to be another private event because
Okay.
I've got some more new strategies we're going to try Just like we did here. I'll show you the building right here
Yeah.
in the front. We actually had people that were coming down in the lobby looking for us or looking at us, and you could see they closed all the shades when
Wow.
they just arrived. I don't know if you can see it or not.
Yeah, I can totally see that. And I guess you disrupted their day quite a bit. They were
Yeah.
not expecting you. That's the whole point of a protest. You don't want them to expect you, right? So it's
Yeah, exactly. That's why we needed to make this one private, and that's why we're going to do the next one private because we got another little something special, special surprise planned for them
yeah,
next
so
week.
we won't talk about the next one too much, but it's going to be next Friday.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. No location disclosure at this point. And did anyone from the embassy come and talk to you? No.
No.
They
We
never
thought
did.
they were. We thought they were because they were gathered in the lobby by the door. So we thought that they were going to come out and talk to us, or at least say something about our lawn ornaments.
Yes.
But
The lawn ornament. I love it.
exactly, but they never did. So, but we had a lot of interaction. Had a police drive by and give us a thumbs up. And
So that's good because this is your first time hosting it at the Chancery Annex? I
yes,
guess
that's correct. These are
it's
the
the first
government
time.
offices.
Okay, and so I
Yeah.
guess people are aware of the issue because if they're honking and giving you thumbs up, that means they know what the problem is.
Yeah, and this is a very, very busy street. It kind of comes and goes like the flow of traffic. Like all of a sudden, there's an intersection down here, and all of a sudden the traffic will be backed up all the way to us. And I kind of walk up near the cars and show them the signs, and they read the signs. And
Yeah,
we're still a little bit too far. We're still a little bit too far into the pandemic to actually hand out information.
right.
Um,
Nah, you don't
this
want to
would have
take that
been
chance, but
this would have been a perfect location for it because there's a lot of foot traffic, plus the stop sign. There's a lot of at other protests that we do. We just walk right up to the cars when they're stopped and give them information through the window. But because of the pandemic,
yeah, you
nobody.
try to avoid flyers and that kind of thing.
Right.
Understandably so. And so your goal is obviously to keep everyone safe and happy. So there's no issue with like joining a protest like yours because you're very safe. You have all the safety measures in place. So more and more people can join as the pandemic is receding. The cases are declining. So hopefully the next one will be even greater. But I wanted to ask you because you are associated with Last Chance for Animals. And can you tell me quickly, like, when did your relationship develop with them? How long
That
have
was
you been?
last year. There was another activist that actually did all of the Yulin and Boknal protests here in D.C. Well, we're in Arlington, Virginia right now, but he was the one that did it, and just by talking, I got his name from other activists, and so I got a hold of him on Facebook, and I do Yulin this year, so this was last year. He's like, no, I'm actually out doing but he was out doing undercover work out west, and he's like, go ahead and do it if you want to do it. So I just kind of took it over. So
Oh, wow. So this is recent. It's a recent development?
just last year.
Okay. And can you tell us the name of this activist?
His name is Brian Monell. He's very active in shutting down rodeos, circuses.
What's his name?
So-
Brian Monroe?
Monell, Monell.
Oh, okay, okay. So we'll make sure that we put the name, because I'm going to format this video for everyone to share and be able to partake because it's people like me that we would love to be there at the protest, but we cannot. So it's
Right.
great to have this moment that we can share and see for themselves all the activities of the day. And how do you feel it went today? Like honestly, if you can compare it to the last one you did.
This was tremendous.
It's big, eh?
This had some serious impact. We had a lot of interactions with people that were driving by and walking by, and
More so
Yeah,
than at the embassy, because the embassy you don't have a lot of foot traffic. It's really embassy officials that go there, and
Yeah, and there's no like there's no intersection or stoplights where we stand at either the Japanese, Danish, or at the Chinese or the South Korean embassy. So cars just kind of fly by,
Yeah,
So
that's it. Well, that's
and then
great. It's a good location then. I mean, we're gonna have to keep doing it here. But
I was actually tempted on rescheduling the next one and doing it here, but I guess for privacy, reasons, we might not. They don't know where we're going to next week.
you don't want to say it, but I know you told me a little bit of your idea, and it's a great one. So we'll see if we can make that happen because it would be very impactful, I would say.
Yeah.
But when did you first hear about the dog meat trade, and particularly the dog meat farms in South Korea? When did you first discover this?
Yulin, I didn't hear about until probably maybe 3 years ago. But I've known about everybody knows about Yulin.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody knows about Yulin, and then just by doing research and looking more into it, because any campaign that I should say that we pick up, we all do our research, and then I found out about Boknal, and I was like, oh, they do this too, like in South Korea, like I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it, and it's like, with the farming of the dogs and everything like that, it's like it's a whole. I mean, the torture and the suffering and everything is all the same, but it's just their methods are, a different sort of cruelty. But
Yeah,
yeah, but I didn't
exactly.
learn about Boknal until about 4 years ago. But I've known about Yulin for like 10 years,
Oh,
So
wow. So you were well ahead of me because I only discovered this whole dog cat meat trade in 2018. So I'm like very recent next to you. But I kind of learned about Yulin first, like many of us, because that's the most like the flagship event, if you will, of the dog cat meat trade. But Boknal, what is it by comparison? Can you describe what Boknal is in South Korea?
well, it's just, I mean, it's pretty baffling to me that they choose to celebrate on the three hottest days of summer. Like, how is one to predict what the hottest days of summer are going to be,
Uh,
first of all?
so
And second of all, it's actually, if you think about it, Bacnal is a year-round thing because they're farming these dogs.
yeah.
So they are already preparing for the next Bacnal next year.
Yes.
They're
So the dog meat trade in South Korea, it's an industry. So they farm dogs systematically. They breed them and they farm them until they're a year old, and then they slaughter them for their meat. And Boknal is really
right,
the three hottest days of summer in South Korea, where
right,
people gather and they eat dog meat stew, which is called boshingtang. So it's
right,
a kind of a tradition around dog meat. But really,
right,
like you said, they attach all these. We've talked about this at the last protest, but they attach a lot of mythical beliefs around like the health properties of the dog meat. For them, it's like it carries a lot of health benefits. So,
Good to meet you.
hey,
Devin.
and who do we
that's
have
Devin. He's going
here?
to take off now.
How's it going?
It's going
Yeah, I got
well.
it today.
How
It's
did it
great.
go today for you?
It was awesome. This is my first time doing it, and I just felt a ton of
Oh,
passion. Um,
wow. Your
Ton of
first
energy.
time.
Got it. Yeah, I fed off your energy, man. That
All
was
right,
great. Thank you so
awesome,
much
man.
for organizing
All
this.
right,
I
Yeah.
really appreciate the invite.
all right. Well, I hope to see you next week. I'll
Yeah.
definitely send you an
Okay.
invite.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, we'll see you, man.
So that's a newcomer. So you by doing it private, you even attracted new people.
Exactly, and I mean that's what I was, kind of saying at the last conversation that we had is we have a lot of new faces this year. So
Yeah, and this being the year of the pandemic, which you would think you would have so much less attendees, but you're managing to gather them and rally them around. So that's great. And I so appreciate what you're doing. And so lastly, I wanted to ask you, because you must have a partner. You mentioned to me you have a partner that helps you with these. Can you
yeah, that,
introduce us to your partner?
sure. She's a little shy on
She's a
camera, but
little
we can.
shy. Okay, I don't want to put her
Well,
off.
actually, it's Lori. You were messaging her. You
Oh,
were
it's
messaging her earlier
Lori.
today.
Oh, yes, Lori. Hi, Lori. Oh, so you're the one I messaged. I just like happened to see that you were going, and I said maybe she can help us with the video.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're
Nice to
Brando's
meet you.
partner, so you help him with these protests, I imagine. You both share. So you've known about this dog meat trade for as long as Brando, or how did you come to learn about it?
I just found out about it recently, actually through Brando.
Oh, yeah.
So I saw
he's doing a
Brando.
good job. He's doing a good job at spreading the word.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. He actually is the one that got me doing activism, period.
I know. And so, and Brando is a good example that we can all do this, right? Like, it's everyday people that can do this and make a difference and raise awareness. So you don't need to be anything special. I hosted a protest in my city in Montreal because very few people know about the dog meat trade here, and you just have to put the effort in. And like it takes one person, and then the next person learns about it from that person, and then it trickles down. And next thing you know, you're creating a lot of exposure for the cause, which is what we need, right? So
yeah, we got a lot of support out here today. It's a very high traffic area.
yeah, so it's a good area.
And we definitely saw people in the government building. They were looking out and they were shutting the blinds, and so we definitely had an impact.
Yeah, you had an impact on them. You had an impact on the people around, like walking by, passerbys. And like Brando said, if it wasn't for the pandemic, you would have handed out flyers so that people can learn even more. But I mean, these kind of things, I'm sure people are going to go at home, check their social media pages and look for this, and then they're going to learn a lot more. So it's getting people involved, So good
Great.
on you. I really appreciate your help on this, and it's
Right, yeah. Yeah, and Lori's been a good friend of mine now for about a year, and we just got connected through. It was a protest that got canceled in D.C. for something for the elephants, and we've been friends. We've been friends ever since, and she's a great friend, and she's a great. She does a lot of work behind the scenes that nobody knows, and she never asks for recognition, and she's one of my great friends.
Well, you make a fantastic duo. And what would you like to say before because I know we have to leave you, but any words, parting words for people at home that you would like a message that you would like to share?
Yeah, I mean, just end all animal suffering, end all animal oppression. Go vegan, whether it's for your health, the environment, for ethical reasons, or for the animals.
Absolutely.
It's 2020 coming up on 2021, and there's absolutely no reason to be destroying animals to feed ourselves when we can do and get the exact same proteins from plant-based.
Exactly.
So
and the information is out there more than ever, because I became vegan over 30 years ago, and there was nothing. I'm telling you, there was nothing. And people have it so easy now. And so I'm like, there's no excuse. Really, there's no excuse to keep eating these meat products. It's the old food system, and it has to go. It has to go out the window, because the pandemic is proof enough that live animal markets are a danger to us, to our environment, to society. So it has to change. So
absolutely.
Amen to that.
Yeah. What to tell people or convey to non-vegans, like people at my work or something like that, is just overall in general, try to live a passionate life. There's too much violence in this world. There's just too much violence. So, just have compassion, for every living being.
Yes, and I think it's through people like you. Like, you're a level-headed person, you're a compassionate person, and when you speak to people like your colleagues at work, whether it be your colleagues at work, your family members, your friends, you're sending the message, and you're a good example that it can, you don't have to be a crazy animal activist to be vegan. You just have to have compassion in your heart and to realize that change has to come, because our planet is giving us signs that it's being affected by our consumer choices. Like, animal agriculture has a large carbon footprint, and it's causing us all these problems. So it's time to change, but I know you have to go. So thank you so much, Brando, for everything you're doing. And
I just had a person that was just walking by and started asking me questions. So
oh, okay.
I'm going to talk to her.
Do you want
I'm
to
going to go
film?
talk to her and do a little outreach. And yeah.
Oh yeah,
So,
outreach happens. It can happen. It doesn't have to happen in a certain environment. It can happen every day of your life. You go to the supermarket, you speak to someone, you educate them, and that's how it's done. So
I just want to end. I just want to end the shot with the flag behind me. There
yes,
you go.
we got it right behind you, right above your head. I wish it was more windy so we could see it in full bloom, but you know.
Yeah. But yeah, and never rained, so the weather was beautiful. Nice little breeze out. So I look forward to doing this again for the finale protest next Friday.
Oh yeah, so watch out, people at home. We've got a big event happening next Friday, so we're definitely going to tune in with you again. So thank you.
Right.
Have a safe
All right.
trip home, and applause to everyone that showed up today. You did a great thing.
Thank you so much, Jay.
Ciao. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye.